Imagine you find a priceless artifact weighing 5 kilograms, but your backpack has a hard capacity limit of 4. You cannot smash the artifact to make it fit. The shattered fragments are completely worthless. This diagram translates physical constraints into computational variables. We have a maximum capacity, W, set to 4, and 3 specific items defined by value and weight. The algorithm enforces a strict binary choice: either take the whole item or leave it entirely. Because breaking an item is forbidden, standard greedy logic fails. Picking items purely based on their highest value to weight ratio will frequently leave wasted space and result in a suboptimal payload. To solve this, we have to evaluate the exact combinations. This decision tree maps out the recursive approach. We start with item 1, splitting into 2 paths: skip it or take it. Calculations double for each subsequent item, branching exponentially. Notice the red branches. The algorithm repeatedly calculates the exact same subproblems. Recalculating identical states wastes massive computing power. A top-down recursive approach quickly exhausts time and memory limits. We need a system that stores past answers, so we never have to calculate the same state twice. This 2D grid matrix is how we organize those past answers, using bottom-up dynamic programming. The rows represent the available items, and the columns map out every possible knapsack capacity up to our maximum. We initialize our baseline cases first. If we have 0 items to choose from, or 0 capacity in the knapsack, the maximum possible value is 0. For the remaining cells, we evaluate our 2 choices. If we skip the current item, the math is simple. We pull down the optimal value calculated for the previous item at this exact capacity. If we pick the item, we subtract its weight to find our leftover capacity. We follow the grid left to that remaining space, look up one row to grab the best value previously achieved there, and add our current item's value. The final value stored in every single cell is just a competition between those 2 results. We calculate both the skip and the pick, and we simply keep whichever number is larger. Here is the final unresolved cell in our matrix, item 3 at the maximum capacity of 4. Item 3 has a weight of 1 and a value of 3. Take a moment, look at the grid and the formula, calculate the final value for this cell. Executing this final calculation yourself proves you understand the underlying mechanics of dynamic programming before we look at the raw code. If you skip, you pull down a value of 1. If you pick, you check the leftover capacity of 3, find a value of 0, and add the item's value of 3. The maximum between 1 and 3 is 3. This visual process maps directly to our code structure. The outer loop iterates through the rows, the items, while the inner loop iterates through the columns, the capacities, filling the matrix step by step. We can optimize our memory usage by recognizing a strict pattern. To compute the current row, we only ever need the data from the immediately preceding row. By traversing from right to left, we can discard the 2D grid and overwrite a single one-dimensional array. This graphic shows the core logic. To find your current maximum, you simply compare the value directly above with the current value added to the optimal value at your leftover capacity. The 0-1 knapsack problem is exactly that: systematic, backward-looking checks and basic maximum comparisons. Once you structure the data correctly,